My name is Omar Rabasad. It's 1:37 p.m., October 8, 2019. So the tweets I tweeted an ROSHI and I-911 this morning are mine. I'm going to show you the signals coming off my body. The power is turned up, has been turned up all night. I was in pain all night. I woke up in pain. And I'm being scanned intermittently as I walk in my unit, and my legs are being pulsed quite frequently. My chest and my back is being pulsed at high power. So I'm going to show you the readings. Notice how high that reading is. My hand right now is burning because my hand is tagged. See how high that reading is? Again, the detector is not connected to anything other than myself. So I'm just going to put this on the table, and I'm going to show you what the readings are with my hand. Again, it's not connected to anything or touching anything. The mat is rubber, um, the placemat. So this is the reading with my hand. No hand. Elbow. And this is actually, let me just show you the blood pressure readings that I took this morning, and then I'll take off the cuffs, and I will do the electrical signals without the cuffs. So here is the blood pressure reading. Today is the 8th. And like I said, I woke up in pain. And when that happens, my blood pressure um, is all over the place. So that's because I'm being pulsed during the night. So when I woke up, and this is right after I woke up, no activity. I was sleeping. I woke up late because I went to bed late. So that's 10:17 a.m., 10:24 a.m., 10:30, 10:34, 10:41. This is all in a sitting position. 11:14, 11:20. No activity other than a few steps inside of the unit. 11:21, 11:24, 11:26, 11:28, 11:29, 11:31, 11:33, 11:35, 11:37, 11:40. See that huge decrease in the bottom number? 11:42, 11:44, and this is 1:35 this afternoon. And this is going back to yesterday because it loops around. So we'll stop there. And I'm just going to put this camera back on and take the cuffs off. So you see the fluctuating blood pressure. So no cuffs, the cuffs are off. So I'm not connected to anything. So I'm just going to, again, show you the readings. My hand, no hand. Take my hand completely off the table. So this is my hand on. My hand close, further away, further away, further away, completely off the table. Put my elbow on. Again, my back is being scanned repeatedly today with the power turned up. Take my hand away, completely off the table. So my hand is actually out here. It's not touching the table. Now put my hand close, but not touching. Put my hand on. Take my hand away, completely off the table. Put my hand on the table. Take my hand off the table. Put my hand on the table. Take my hand off the table. Put my hand back on. Put my elbow on. So this is consistent findings. I'm now going to take a sample of my temperature. (36.6). 36.4 is normal. 36.5. 36.5. 37.2. So the right side is hotter than the left side. 37.1. 37. 36.9. 36.8. 36.7. 36.6. So I don't have a temperature. 36.6. So these temperature fluctuations are in sync with the power being turned up. The higher the temperature, the higher the power. Actually, it's the other way around. The higher the power, the more heat generated. With I'm suspecting a system similar to the active denial system, where there are two components: the electrical component and the radio frequency component. So when the power is turned up, it means that the electrical component is turned up higher. So which creates heat, which creates the temperature differences in the body. So one side is higher than the other because the side that is being affected is hotter than the side that's not. And these spots change all the time. It will be the eyes 1 minute, it'll be the ears, it'll be the right side, it'll be the left side, it'll be the right obliques, it'll be the left obliques, it'll be the chest, it'll be the breast, it'll be the stomach, it'll be the spleen, it'll be the liver, hips. Every single part of the body is affected in an array system, one after the other, and then it changes in the sequence. So most likely an algorithm is driving this this array, this spot by spot targeting, and also the differences in the power. So that the temperature is fluctuating all the time because the power is fluctuating all the time. The power with which hit is fluctuating all the time. Milliseconds change. It takes milliseconds to go through this array, and it just changes from one number to the other, as I demonstrated just now. So I have talked about warrants to have me mentally committed from this building. And I've also talked about conspiracies. So there is a conspiracy to have me mentally committed to be pulled out of my building because I am exposing a trafficking ring that I'm strongly suspecting is being run from the building. And I'm strongly suspecting that I am being trafficked remotely. I was never a prostitute. I'm not a prostitute. But there is remote trafficking in the form of a link and a password that allows people to look at me inside of my home. And there's technologies that's located around my unit and maybe outside the building that can affect your body remotely, like I just demonstrated, and cause pain. Could torture you, could rape you, could kill off internal organs, affect you as you sleep, deprive you of sleep, um, and just rape you as you sleep at night, keep you in pain as you sleep at night, affect certain internal organs as you sleep at night. These are war crimes, basically. What I'm talking about are war crimes. So if there's a flag next to my name and I'm a target, and that flag is made public, then I'm publicly targeted. I am flagged to be targeted. I'm flagged to be isolated. I'm flagged to be harassed. And this is exactly what's going on. So, and it's been going on for years and years. This would explain why, when I go to the cops are lying to me, out and out lying to cover up what's going on, because the experiments are covered up. The experiments are actually a cover for trafficking remotely, which I've said and demonstrated several times before. So the cops who are involved are covering it up. And the other police persons in the force are forced to go along with the agenda because if they talk, they're going to be killed, basically. This is huge money, like Epstein's ring. There are several other kinds of rings around the world, globally. Epstein's ring is talked about as a physical ring. I'm suspecting there was also a remote side of that. What I am talking about is remote prostitution, where samples are given remotely. People are looking into you and are buying because your name is on a list to be sold, basically, and that's what the flagging is all about. Your name is put on the list to be sold. And because you're a target and you're opened up, then you're turned out, basically. Then anybody could see you naked, anybody could see you in the bathroom, anybody could rape you remotely. And after a number of remote rapes, then turn you out physically to be remotely raped, and that too will be covered. So what I was going to the cops complaining about, that men were following me around, were these attempts to remotely rape me, I suspect, as a progression in the agenda of recruitment. After being remotely raped, then you're supposed to be physically raped and initiated physically and then sold physically. And that's the point at which I suspect that the program is at with me right now, because I'm constantly hearing talk about rape outside the window, which I'm complaining about to the cops, to the management, the Human Rights Tribunal, tweeting about, blogging about, putting videos of on the YouTube, showing that I'm being stalked by people who are smoking weed, for instance. So this is the reason I'm doing this, to expose what's going on and to keep myself safe. Because obviously the cops are involved, so they're not going to help me. So the only way to keep myself safe is to do this. It's not to bypass the system. It's not to show disrespect to the Toronto police or any other police force or the RCMP or anybody else or the military. It's not meant to be a renegade or whatever it is I'm being presented at. It's simply to save my life and a life of other people, children especially, because kids are a huge, huge part of this, a huge group that's targeted this way. It's there's one goal, to save my life and to save the other people's lives who are affected this way. No other reason.